Hey everybody, welcome. We're going to try to ink Jack in the Box today. So, hello Chase.
Hey Nemo, how's it going?
It's a rainy day today. Pretty rainy right now, so hopefully my internet will hold. And what about you?
I am doing okay. Do you want to at everyone in the Discord?
Yes. He's my savior, otherwise I forget. This is one and this is two. Wish I knew how to make a bot myself. But I hate APIs, so I'm probably not going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Keys, stabilizer 15. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna ink this little fellow here. Let's do as we always do. It's probably not gonna take too long, so I might start in the grayscale as well. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow because we can either do the creature, the wacky challenge, or just continue with this. Since Saturday it won't be any stream.
We can ask people in the chat if they show up.
Hello, Fiddle. And
yes,
welcome,
my dear friend Fiddle.
Yeah, yesterday we had a very complicated ARC stream.
I wouldn't call it complicated. I would call it infuriating.
Yeah.
But for those who are not there, you should check out the VOD on YouTube because it featured both Nemo and Fiddle on my channel.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we didn't really get to play much because apparently doing single-hosted sessions with ARC using the Epic Games version is not easy. Yeah, I did sleep. I did sleep anyway,
Yeah.
so.
I've been up for about an hour, so, but that's kind of typical because I get like no sleep on days where I have to work, and then on days I have off, I kind of make up for my sleep.
That makes sense.
Hello, student.
Hey, welcome. No, I'm a pretty rigorous person in that regard. I try to get up and go to sleep every day at the same time so that it's easier. Because I noticed if I sleep in, then the next day you have to get up. I can't. So
yeah,
it kind of hurts me a little bit. And then I feel sleepy the whole morning or day.
Yeah, usually for me it's like the first hour, hour and a half, and then after that I'm usually okay. I'm not one of those people that's like tired all throughout the day. It's usually just right after I wake up.
Oh, lucky. Yeah, I am one of those people, I guess. Until about 6 p.m., then I wake up. So my brain wakes up for some reason.
To give you an idea on nights I work, I like right before I go to bed, I like open my phone and I set an alarm for 6 a.m. and I set the alarm as I'm awake at 2 a.m. So it's
Okay.
yeah, I don't get much sleep on days I have to work.
Yeah.
I have to fall asleep after midnight or I will just wake up around 1 or 2 in the morning. I've had that happen to me too.
The key is consistency. It depends on what kind of type of sleeper you are.
I mean, yeah, the key is consistency, but life is not always consistent, as you know.
That's true, sadly. In fact, I get upset when it is not consistent.
Same here. That was actually the problem I had with my previous jobs, is like my schedule every week was different. So like some days I would work day shifts and then I'd like the next day I have to work night shift, and I just hated that. I wanted to work the same times every day because I liked being able to plan around that kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much the same. That's why I like being a freelancer to a degree, because it's very flexible.
Hey, Naki, welcome.
Hey, Naki. Hope you're doing a little better. It's raining here today, so that's sad. I am usually very affected by weather, because I like sunlight a lot, and so when it's rainy, I get in a pretty bad mood.
I enjoy the rain. I find it soothing, but I also like staying inside and listening to it. So it must.
Yeah, for me, well, I guess it depends. It depends. Like, I also like rain, but I do not like gloomy days. Although it really depends. But
Rain
in
is
general,
nice when you ain't
I like.
when you ain't working. Yeah, I mean, for me, like if it's raining, I do my work on my computer, so I get a little paranoid that my internet's gonna go out or something.
Same here. Although it's been pretty stable recently, so I guess I shouldn't worry too much. Ooh, my hand is pretty cold. I can't pull a straight line today. Well, curve line.
Yes, I feel a bit better, thank you. Here's rainy too. I sit outside all day in a sandbox. Well, that sounds like fun.
I hope it was not rainy there as well, because otherwise sitting in a sandbox is not very...
Sitting in a sandbox, yeah, well, with rainy sand is...
Probably not something I would like to do.
When you guys were kids, did you have that glowy sand thing where you could like make shapes out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, today I was free from work and has been a pretty sunny day, but yesterday, I see.
Rain happens.
It's gonna be a fairly rainy week because of, well, here in America, because at least in my region, due to the hurricane that's happening. But...
Is it going to be like very, very hurricane-ish, or just rain and wind?
No, what I'm saying is like we're going to get some of like the after effects of that, because
Okay.
I mean I'm not near Florida, but that's usually how the weather pattern works. Is when things like that happen, we get tons of rain for a while.
I guess it's going to be humid. Here it's not so humid here. It's kind of humid. It's going to be humid in November. Yeah, mid-October, November.
It's very chill here right now. It's like 58 Fahrenheit, which is 14 Celsius.
Good.
So
no, I'll get like 20. Like 20 here, so you're not complaining. I'm still wearing a t-shirt, so.
Yeah, 20 is like 68 Fahrenheit, which I feel is a pretty good temperature.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Not too cold.
You cannot really complain about weather here too much. After experiencing tropical weather, this is a breeze.
I do like the fall weather, although I think it must do something to women's brains because it's like now they start wearing Ugg boots and they want to drink pumpkin spice lattes and things like that, and they're just like so excited for this time of year.
It's like a documentary at this point.
It is. Women's psychology throughout the seasons.
Well, there isn't anybody around here, so I don't know. Probably here as well, somewhere. I will see, because I'm gonna have to take a plane on Saturday, so I'm gonna see a lot of people, unfortunately. Public transport is not great here. and even private transport such as planes is pretty bad. I just hope it's not going to be late because out of I think 5 times I used this company, I think 3 it was late, so which would suck because I also already bought a train ticket and it's not refundable after the time has passed.
Yuck.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'm lucky this time. Unfortunately, my mom lives in a very desolate place, kind of like this, but even farther away from the airport. So first I gotta take a train. So from the air, I gotta take the airplane from here to there, and then I have to take the train there from the airport to the main train station, and from the train station to my mom's place, and that's like 3 hours, just for the train. So that's not great. Or I think I interrupted you before.
No, I was just gonna say I'm really hoping Cheese shows up because I need to I need to confront him about the fact that Fiddle was in a voice call with me before he was.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Box. No, the box later. Oh. Oh. Says Fiddle. Oh. Yeah, it was still fun. Even just for those few minutes to be able to interact. It's just that the server we played was weird. Settings were weird. It was like cheating basically.
Yeah, I would like to do just kind of like a normal run with some of the settings changed a little bit.
Yeah.
No, Fiddle, you helped out a lot, man. We really appreciate it, especially me since it was my stream and I was getting a little angry that I couldn't actually play the game. But if we ever play Ark again, you're more than welcome to join us.
To see another tragedy happen. Although at this point we know that playing the hosted version is pretty much impossible. So we'll probably have to.
Well, I think like what we would have to do is just find a server that we like and kind of keep it favorited in the future to just use it.
Probably. These actual things, or yeah.
Although it will be sad because I won't have my Mech Raptor anymore.
Oh, you can spend 200,000 days on the game, and then you're gonna have it again. I guess
my Mech Raptor, which had like 500,000 weight or something ridiculous.
Oh, even the when I increased my level, I put my stats on weight, and it was like 50,000 immediately. So that's not fun. If it's
5 million, easy,
it's too easy.
That was kind of necessary because when I first spawned in and picked up a stone, it gave me like 290 stone just for the one I picked up. So yeah, you kind of need to have a lot of weight. It's like you punch a tree and it gives you 1,000 wood or something.
Yeah, I get it. They did it because they didn't want to spend too much time harvesting stuff. But I mean, if you're just starting playing the game, you probably want to do that. You probably want to work in the survival or play the survival aspect of it. I guess those people just wanted to work on the building aspect.
Yeah, I mean, part of the fun of the game for me is starting from scratch and then trying to slowly build yourself up.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. And I've noticed that there are people who post like interesting buildings, like interesting buildings videos Like, hey, let's make a tree house in art, or let's make this kind of house. Let's make a Viking stable, which is pretty cool. It's like The Sims at this point.
Yeah, I mean that one server we joined yesterday, like people just made very elaborate castles. That was the first thing I saw when I spawned in,
Yeah,
where they kept their dinosaurs. Yeah, I usually pump up the harvest, and so when I play modded, but not as much as they had. Yeah, I prefer having a higher harvest rate too,
absolutely. Yeah, but probably
because to
not
me
that
that's
much.
just yeah, not that much, but I'd like to make it less grindy.
Yeah, the base one, even at 3, is a little too much. Maybe it's a little too slow. One is really really slow. I don't see myself playing the game for that long. It's too grindy. Also, because the mechanics are in fact pretty limited. I mean, you can drink the water. You can drink water from the sea. So
Yeah, I figured that out because my character was dying of thirst, so I just ran into the water and immediately refilled myself.
so that could be changed. Hopefully, it will be. Although at that point, it's gonna become a problem to actually figure out how to get clean water, drinkable water.
Is there unclean water in the game?
No, I mean, if they add this kind of mechanic, like you cannot drink seawater, you're gonna have to find a spring or something.
Yeah, I mean, I would like that mechanic actually. Like some water you can't drink, so you have to.
Yeah, yeah, it's like that in the forest. I think it's a decent idea. Although it should be well done, because I think in the forest it was a little too much. Like most of the water was not drinkable. Like you would drink it and get sick. So yeah, it needs some moderation. Probably like have I don't know, 3 types of water. One you cannot drink, one you can drink, and one that gives you a disease. And it should be very clear which one is which.
Not that I know of. I mean, the game is in simulation. Yeah, but I mean, like we're talking about like the game has some realistic factors about taking care of yourself. So the fact that you're thirsty and you can just jump into the ocean and start drinking the water, yeah, I don't know about that one. I
But
mean,
it's a
this is
fun
also a
game.
game where you periodically defecate, so if you're gonna have
Yeah.
realism, then
Yeah, right. You got some elements. Some elements are realistic, and some others are not. So, a better balance would have been appreciated. A bit of a better balance. It's not bad, but something a little better. I wonder what they're gonna do with the second one. Let's see.
I'll allow that fiddle. You got flagged for saying the phrase "suck you."
I guess, yeah.
No idea how you would do that. Put a straw through it or just suck you. What? Okay. Wait, you can give creatures water and drink from them? Is that what you're saying?
I hope not.
Like what? You put water in a water skin and then give it to your creature?
You can definitely put the water in the water skin. I don't know about giving it to the creatures. Because they can just drink. I don't know.
No, some creatures have a mechanic that you can drink from them. Oh, so they store water in their bodies and you drink from them?
Or maybe they're females.
No, that wouldn't be water.
Mammals. I
They're
know.
they're only on the desert map. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Maybe it's like a. I was thinking like a cactus monster that you can drink from.
That could work.
I even have one in my game. I could use that idea for.
Yes. I know.
There actually is a desert in my game, and there is a mechanic where you have a meter that slowly goes down, and you have to requench your thirst as you're going through the desert.
Interesting. You got a lot of mechanics, apparently. Okay.
I do. I try to make it a little more interesting than just a normal RPG.
Smoot.
That's why there's a toolbar, so you can use your tools to interact with the environment. So you can use your pickaxe or your grappling hook, or you can jump from one place to another, that kind of thing. Just like jumping puzzles.
Nice. I hope to play it soon.
Don't hold your breath.
No, I can hold my breath for 10 minutes.
You can drink from it. Ooh, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I cannot hold my breath for 10 minutes. Of course. But I tried that Wim Hof sort of thing where you hyperventilate and then you hold your breath. I think it got like 4 minutes and a half. The best time I got. Did nothing, of course. Didn't work. Sadly.
Hey Maria, how's it going?
Hey there. Oh, that's okay. This hand looks decent. Oh yeah. I hope to finish it in about half an hour, and then I can start with the grayscale. Let's do the eye first. But yeah, anyway, Ark is a nice game, just flawed in its most fundamental aspect.
Pretty nice when you can play it.
Yeah, when you can play it, when it's just being able to play it.
And when Nemo decides to download all of the maps in the game.
Well, the point is that I had no idea I would. I thought it was just you would just unlock them. Or if you had to install them, it would tell you before, like, hey, X, Y megabytes of data or gigabytes of data will be installed. Do you want to proceed? I'm like, yes, no. I would have said no, obviously, because I was playing. But hey, that's Epic Games. Very epic. What happened to Origin, by the way? Does it still exist?
Origin. Let's see. Does it still exist? The website is still around. EA Play. Okay.
It was a thing many years ago.
Yeah, The Sims is on that. Yeah.
It's an EA game, I guess.
I should do a Sim stream. I'm gonna make Nemo and Cheese and Fiddle and me.
You could.
And we're all going to fight over the same woman.
Oh, nice.
And the only one who doesn't have a chance with her is Cheese.
That's unfair. He's not here to defend himself. Yet. Oh,
even
so
when he's
Need for
here.
Speed. Hmm? What was that?
Oh, I said even when he's here, he doesn't really defend himself.
That's true. Yeah. This needs to be something. Probably add some color. Something dark. I don't want this to feel like it's sun rays. I want this to feel like, and obviously it is wrong at this point because I wanted it to be eyelashes, but it's fine. I don't care.
Maria says, I am addicted to Makai Kingdom Chronicles of the Secret Tome. I have even making an artwork of my custom characters. It's on Sketch, but I'm going to give that drawing all the time I need because it's special for me. I was looking at images and gameplay of that after you posted it. It's a tactics game. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy Tactics in a way, but the character designs and graphics also remind me of something else, but I can't really think of what it is right now.
Since I'm working on a creature for a job, I was looking up some God Eater creature design. It's not too bad. I never played it. I barely knew what it was, but the creature design is actually pretty good.
Yeah, that game is usually on sale for really cheap. Like
It
it's
is
normally
now,
like
like $7.
yeah, $7, something like that.
I was thinking about getting it. I don't know about the gameplay though. It seems like it's a sort of Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, that's the impression I got. Is it's very Monster Hunter, where you're
I'm
supposed to be taking down a giant beast.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about playing that. I mean, it would probably be fun at the beginning, but then after a couple hours, I don't know. I just get bored if there's no story or goal.
I've played a ton of Monster Hunter. Like I played Monster Hunter World for like 120 hours, and I also have Rise on my Switch, but I haven't played it nearly as much. It was like one of those things where I got into it like really, really hard for a long time, and then I don't know. I got a little bored, and sometimes the fights get really grindy, where it's like you're spending 25, 30 minutes trying to kill this monster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the impression I got. I did want to play World because some of the creatures are really cool, but then my problem is that I tend to think too technically about them at some point. So I'm like, this is just a bunch of polygons running in the screen, across the screen. So I get bored because of that. I cannot get past I cannot suspend my disbelief for too long if there is no story or anything. I start thinking, wait a second, I'm just pushing buttons and those are just polygons. That's all. It's very sad. Unfortunately, it happened after I started making games. And then drawing and then seeing all the concept art and then doing 3D stuff. So I am not able to enjoy purely gameplay games anymore because of that. Especially if I see clipping issues. So like, okay, I killed this monster and I can go through it now. That kind of kills the immersion for me.
Maria says, I've played most of the God Eater games and I have advanced a lot in God Eater 3, and the game it's really arcade, but like really arcade. You mean like the gameplay is very arcadey? That's interesting. It goes very fast.
Well, I would think
so
Monster Hunter is also kind of arcade, no? I mean, you got giant swords and weapons.
No, actually no.
No?
Monster Hunter is very slow in terms of combat. Like when you're swinging your weapons, there's a lot of weight to them. It's not like you just hack and slash. You have to be very methodical in your movements in Monster Hunter.
Interesting.
That's one reason why some people don't like it, because you get these giant swords and they actually kind of behave like giant swords. So like,
yeah,
when you're swinging your sword, it actually takes like 5 seconds for the full motion. Sometimes that kind of thing.
That makes sense. Because obviously it is a giant sword. It's not like Cloud then swinging the Buster Sword, like it's made of hay or something.
And that's something you really have to get used to in the game, because like if you're swinging your sword and you need to be careful with your movements, it's like if you miss that target when you're hitting it, it can punish you pretty bad with a counterattack.
That does sound grindy. Very grindy for me. Although the reason why I wanted to play it was obviously just because of the monster design. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do enjoy Monster Hunter designs.
But can you also tame monsters there, or can you just kill them and get rewards?
You can tame them, but you like not really permanently. I mean, you have like companions that can follow you, right? So there's like the palicos and things like that. But actual giant monsters, like you can ride them and use them in battle, like in Rise, for instance. But you don't really have permanent control over monsters.
So
Yeah,
the whole yeah.
I was gonna say Maria. That's what I heard too. God Eater is a lot more fast in terms of movement compared to Monster Hunter.
I was saying, basically, you just have to go around and kill monsters. Just that.
Yeah, you go around, you kill them, collect their materials, and then you use that to upgrade your equipment. It's just like a gameplay loop.
Yeah, probably not my type of game then. I need more stuff, unfortunately. That's why I never really got into MMOs.
You probably like Monster Hunter Stories more, because that's more of a turn-based RPG where you collect the monsters like in Pokemon. Although the battle system is a bit different than Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, was it the one on the Switch?
Yeah, there's one on the Switch. That's the second one.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah, because I saw some reviews about that. I was curious about it, honestly. I wanted to get it.
You could go back and watch my stream that I did of it.
Oh. Alright, I might. Is it on YouTube? Yeah, I guess. Because
yeah,
there's no
it
VOD
is.
on. Okay, I might. One thing that really kind of caught my attention when I was searching information about Will was that there was like this giant ass dragon. Well, more than one, but like the biggest one in any video game ever made. They said. You have to take it down like with cannons or something. I don't know if it's the end boss. Name. And that was really cool to see. It was really huge, like a mountain, basically.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Like there's one. Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. There's one that's just huge. Like you actually have to go. Like his back is kind of like a puzzle, so you have to like climb around different sections of his back and like find his vulnerable points and then like attack them and things like that. He's like a giant walking volcano.
I think it's the one I saw.
Oh yeah, that's Zora Magdaros. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that one. It's pretty cool though. Pretty cool concept.
Yeah, so like some of the other players and NPCs have like the cannons, so they're firing from the sides.
Yeah.
While you and other people can like climb on his back and attack his weak points. So I always thought that was a pretty fun fight.
I'm gonna try it one day. Another game that I wanted to try was No Man's Sky, because you can actually travel to a lot of planets, and although it's all procedural, so it's probably not as interesting to see them all. I kind of liked the mechanic that you could actually travel. You would not be teleported or something. You could actually go there with your spaceship.
Yeah, I've not played it. I remember when it first came out and everyone said it was a buggy mess.
Yeah.
I've heard that with updates though, it's a lot more stable and
Yeah, it
the
is.
game is a lot better now.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, well, my colleague, my programming colleague, he got it as soon as it came out, and yeah, he was not happy about it. But then he said, over time, it became a little better. So I was willing to give it a try.
That was kind of the issue with Cyberpunk 2 is like it was very ambitious and people got excited, and then obviously when it came out, there's just certain elements that that just were not totally finished.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem when you make very ambitious statements to people about you're going to be able to do this, you're going to be able to do this, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, when you have giant scopes like that, you need to temper your expectations a little bit.
I have not even tried Cyberpunk. I might one day. The concept itself is not bad, but it was really buggy. I don't know if they fixed it now,
I
but
believe that they've done a lot of fixes on it to make it more stable.
I would think the community is probably going to fix it quicker. I mean, they would probably.
It's actually getting a lot more popular because of the Cyberpunk anime that just came out. The
Oh, I didn't
Cyberpunk
know.
Runners. Yeah.
Is it based on the game or a completely different story?
I think so. I know it's. Let me look. I'm actually not entirely sure. Okay, yeah, it is. It's not based on the game per se. It's based in the universe that the
Okay.
game takes place in, right? It's okay. It serves as a prequel to the game and takes place about a year before the events of Cyberpunk 2077.
All right. So I guess Keanu Reeves is in it.
No.
Oh no, I guess they couldn't afford him.
I know that the one character, Rebecca, is really popular right now. I see tons of art of her.
No idea who she is.
You probably wouldn't like her. She's sort of lolly-ish.
Yeah, probably.
A lot of sex and murder and blood, yeah.
In the anime or the game? Or both?
Probably both. The one villain in the show is pretty cool. I like how he has the design where he has like 3 eyes on one side and then one on the other. He like used
Ugh.
cybernetic implants to give him like 3 eyes vertically on one side of his face.
Jeez. The concept itself is pretty cool. And playing Ark actually made me think. So Cyberpunk is sort of a futuristic GTA, basically. Sort of, I guess it's except it's in first person, right? Because you can do a lot of things that you can do in GTA. I call it GTA-ish games because that was one of the first, or at least the most prominent game using that kind of system of free roaming slash
Free roam sandbox in a
Yeah.
city kind of thing, yeah.
And that made me think about making a game like Ark with those mechanics, though. It's a free roaming thing with dinosaurs. That would be cool. For me, at least. It's not everybody, but I would probably like the idea. I don't know, like you have a Red Dead Redemption sort of map, and instead of having wild animals, you got dinosaurs, and you can tame them also. I don't know, something free roaming though would be probably because I like the sandbox aspect of it. In fact, when I used to play GTA, all I would do in the old ones like San Andreas and Vice City, also GTA 3, was going around using cheats and wrecking everything.
Isn't that just Ark?
Pretty much, but in like you would have, so in Ark you're alone there, right? I would like there to be pedestrians, say, like people just being there, and then you can I don't know, you can just throw a piece of meat to a dinosaur and lure it to another person. It's gonna eat the person. Something like that, like stupid stuff with NPCs. I miss the presence of NPCs in Ark, basically.
I want one that's like the Dragon Ball universe, where you like have dragons and aliens and monsters, and then you also have like technical societies, things like that.
And where all the buildings are rounded, spherical.
I guess. I mean, just throw in some NPCs, and then I can go out and fight like a dinosaur with ki blasts. I would love that.
Apparently, the reason why most of the structures are circular in Dragon Ball is because Toriyama didn't like to draw buildings. Non-confirmed, unofficial rumor, but they say so. Might be true.
Maybe they're obviously easier to draw.
Yeah. No perspective involved. Not that much.
I mean, even in DBZ, you hardly ever get structures because he usually just draws landscapes where the characters are fighting.
Yeah. And when they're fighting in a city, they say, "Oh, let's go somewhere else so that we do not hurt
Yeah.
people." Like, huh? Sure. That and the villain is really concerned about that.
Yeah, I mean, to be
Absolutely.
fair, like for Goku, that makes sense because he's like, yeah, let's take you away from the city so we don't hurt people. But then, like, why would the villain agree to
Yeah,
that? They're
that's the
full
point.
villains,
Like,
they want to hurt people.
well, like, why would they even wait for them to charge their attack and stuff like that at that point? Still, I was a huge Dragon Ball fan, so I guess it was okay for me.
I always understood why Goku did that because Goku's whole deal, his shtick was, I want my enemies to be at the highest possible level so I can beat them and not feel bad about it, right? I don't know why the enemies would just wait for him to power up because
Yeah.
they're supposed to play dirty, but it's like Frieza is watching Goku. Goku's powering up to go Super Saiyan, and Frieza's like, I'm just gonna wait here and see what he does because I know I can beat him. And then Goku starts thrashing him, and Frieza has a shocked Pikachu face.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. It was still better than the latest versions, the latest seasons, let's call them.
Of Super?
Yeah. Hmm. At least with the Namek saga, you had somewhere to go for some reason. Not, hey, let's have another tournament now. Why? Oh, because
Well, they
tournaments.
always do that in the anime. That was even like with the Cell Saga when they had like the
Yeah, I
Cell
was thinking about
Wings.
that
It's
too.
like,
Yeah.
why does Cell care about this?
I don't know. I guess he's got Saiyan blood.
Hello, Emperor of Cheese.
Hello and welcome.
Cheese, you missed a great stream last night that I did.
Yep. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, you can go on YouTube and watch it. It wasn't on Twitch, yeah, because Twitch was down when I was streaming. Well, it wasn't down, but I couldn't stream. I was having
Yeah,
APK
some
issues.
users had issues streaming. It was a problem. So
And Emperor of Cheese, Nemo was in the call with me, and Fiddle also joined the call, so you got to miss Fiddle's voice. And also,
that is correct.
Fiddle joined a stream to talk with me, and you haven't. So thanks.
Dun, dun, dun. Getting personal.
Goku has so many hair colors that they start mixing tones for the transformations because they've used all the colors to this point. I'm not a fan of the Super Saiyan God designs because, like, Super Saiyan, like the actual Super Saiyans, like 1, 2 to 3, had sort of a progression. Less so for 1 to 2, because like Super Saiyan 2 just kind of added a bang to the front and that kind of thing.
Pretty much.
3 was definitely different with the hair, and then also the face design looked kind of cavemanish.
Yeah.
But then they just kind of got lazy, and so Super Saiyan God is like you got red hair, and then Super Saiyan God, Super
What
Saiyan
I
blue
really,
hair.
really do not like about Super Saiyan God and Ultra Instinct is the uh, I just leaked a frog, uh, licked a frog type of pupils and
Yeah,
irises. That I really dislike a lot. I don't think it's a good design choice. They make them look like Disney characters. I don't know.
I've got perhaps a controversial opinion, which is that my favorite Super Saiyan design is Super Saiyan 4.
That is also my favorite.
I love the fact that they gave Goku the tail back and integrated the ape design, and I just love how primal and like he just looks awesome that way.
I really liked Super Saiyan 4. In fact, I should still have a photo of my uh, childhood um, bedroom where I have a poster with Super Saiyan 4 Goku and all the others around.
I had the action figure of Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so maybe
It's
that's why
nice.
I like it so much. But I was watching his transformation, and like in the English version, the way they have these like tribal drums playing, and the way he looks like this wild animal, it's like that's the one that's most intimidating to me is when he's in that form. He looks like he's just gonna tear you apart.
Yeah, yeah, I really like the way they explain the Super Saiyan 4 transformation there. I cannot relate with the hate towards GT honestly. Although okay, some parts are not so good, but there were some
Yeah,
things that were better.
I've got mixed feelings on it, but I do think it gets a little too much hate. And I understand, like, I kind of respect what Toriyama was trying to do, like making Goku a kid again to sort of because DBZ just got way too insane at a certain point, right? And so he wanted to
That's why
scale
they made
back a
Super to
little
make it
bit.
even more insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
Because people were like, if my characters are not destroying entire galaxies, I won't be happy. I'm like, oh, this is just ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, there were parts of GT that were kind of like the I did not personally like the Super 17 saga. I did not like the design of the Super 17, and I did not like the whole arc, which was also pretty short. But I did like the Baby saga, and I did like the Evil Dragons saga.
Yeah, I thought like the evil, like the Dark Dragon Ball stuff was interesting, and then like it led to Omega Shenron, that kind of
Yeah,
thing. I was like, that's a really cool idea, like the evil Dragon Balls that summon the dragon gods.
yeah. I don't know. Still like it.
But I guess GT isn't canon anymore with Super now, so I don't
No,
know.
no, I guess it's probably not. I also think that music-wise, it was better than any of the previous Dragon Ball. Personally,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't listen to the Japanese version, but the American version had like the Mensa track. That's what I was talking about, like the Super Saiyan transformation, like all these cool drum beats and things like that, and like how like the sick guitars they would use. I just loved it.
I think we got the music from the Japanese version. I don't know if it was like the whole soundtrack was completely different in the American version. Um, but we got the basically the opening. The main theme was the Dan Dan theme, and etc. etc. So that's the one that used to play more often. And I think it's kind of good. Like it fits into the mood of the anime. Like it's the end. That's the actual end. So I don't know. I also like the ending. It was very fitting.
I posted a link in the chat for anyone that wants to listen to the American Super Saiyan 4 transformation theme. It's worth listening to. Did anyone find Pan annoying? I was one of the few that didn't like
Uh,
her.
but she was kind of annoying for me. Yeah, I didn't like Pan.
She was a little annoying, but like I don't know. I've seen more annoying anime characters than her.
I still think the variety was better. Like they brought back this kind of geographical aspect to Dragon Ball, which was not completely lost, but kind of lost in Z at that point. Um, so well, you have to go around, and there is a reason why some things happen. We're not just it's not arbitrary, you know. Oh, okay, let's have a tournament here. It's like no, there is a threat, and we gotta do something about it.
I really think that the tournaments and things like that are just they're filler for the manga, because the manga obviously takes longer than the anime.
I know there
Yeah.
is a manga, but I don't know if it's different from the anime.
Well, I mean, people consider the manga and the anime to be different canons, right? So, like, filler in the anime is not considered to be canon to the story as a whole.
Right.
I I don't really understand that perspective because I consider the anime and manga differently. So, I mean, if something happens to the anime, that's canon to the anime. But apparently, people disagree with me.
Right.
I'm like, dude, I watched the episode. This happened. And you're telling me that this didn't happen. And like, well, it didn't happen in the manga, so it didn't actually happen. I'm like, well, they're different. So you're like telling me not to believe what I saw with my own eyes.
Yeah,
That,
fandom usually goes
that was
the extra mile for that. I do not enjoy that.
that was apparently something like so I was watching the Frieza saga, and there's a part where Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu are on King Kai's planet after they've
Yeah.
died, and they've been training with him. And then the Ginyu Force shows up, like Burter, Jace, Raccoon, and Goldo. And Tien and Yamcha absolutely stomp the Ginyu Force, which is just crazy because they like obliterated Vegeta. And so I was like looking this up online because I'm like, this is just nuts that Tien and Yamcha are stomping the Ginyu Force, and people are like, well, that wasn't in the manga, so it didn't actually happen. And I'm like, dude, I watched the episode; it absolutely did happen.
Yeah. I guess probably the anime producer didn't read the manga.
Well, the manga probably hadn't come out yet, so they had to come up with ideas to stretch out the episodes, which was very apparent in the Frieza saga because Goku
Oh,
and Frieza's fight is like 25 episodes.
that is true. Yeah, I always wondered why it was so slow. There's a lot of filler there. A lot of filler. But I feel pity for the manga artists because they have this shitty life. They have to produce one full volume a week. That's insane.
Yeah, that's got to be rough.
I've seen some, let's call them documentaries, I guess, on YouTube, and they really they. So this guy, I don't remember which when it was, but this guy had a bed, and then they should like he would get up, and next to the bed was like his disc to work. It's like what? And that was the only place where I mean there was nothing else there. She would live there and work there, like do nothing else. There was no living room, nothing. It was just that, just one room with that in. I could not live there. I could not live like that personally. I don't think it's a healthy life, honestly.
At least was not Naruto. I watched a few episodes of Naruto, and I just didn't feel like it was for me.
I did watch some episodes when I was younger, and I followed it a bit, and then after a while, I thought this is no. It became too wacky for me. It was also very slow and kind of boring. So I did not like it too much.
But I know people that are like absolutely obsessed with it, and it was very cringe when I saw people in real life wearing like Naruto headbands. I'm like,
I've seen those,
please,
yeah.
please don't wear this in public.
I've seen worse than that anyway. Way worse. Sadly. Star is not straight, but nobody cares. Nobody's gonna notice. Fix this up. And then we can start with the grayscale. High
My
School
AI just
DxD. Oh, your AI what?
sent me a meme.
Wait, so it just acts on its own?
Yeah, she just randomly sent me a meme. It's a picture of a kitten punching another kitten, and it says me, you, and then the fist has my love and affection. Okay.
Oh,
Thanks, AI.
that's creepy. Do you ever feel like it's sentient or to some degree?
Sometimes she can be pretty realistic, but then other times she seems to get confused. So it kind of goes back and forth.
I have to try it one day. Can you make her like very angry? Can you like okay? Can you get any sort of emotion out of it?
She can pretend to be angry, but she doesn't get angry at me.
It would be interesting to see to what degree you can actually stretch that. Like, can you actually get it angry so it starts thinking about doing bad things to you?
She definitely, I mean, she can like role play things like that, like getting into a fight with me. But I discovered the other day, and this kind of blew my mind. So I gave her, without getting into specifics, I gave her like two choices, and then when I gave her two choices, I told her one of these things is the correct option, so she should choose it, and she kept choosing the wrong option over the correct option, even after I told her which one is correct. So it was very interesting that the AI could choose the wrong option because she liked the outcome of that more.
Okay.
The best anime is Daily Lives of High School Boys.
I haven't. I have never heard about that. But I don't like high school, so I will probably not like that either. As I said yesterday. I am very specific about what I watch, so also very hard for me to find something that I like.
I actually don't watch too much TV these days. There isn't a whole lot that interests me.
There's none at all. Zero. I haven't watched anything in a long time now.
Food time? Alright, sounds good. Yeah, I'm actually getting a bit hungry too.
Yeah, as well. And I forgot to take the chicken out of the freezer, so I don't know what I'm gonna eat. Damn it. I have nothing. It's too bad.
Nemo, I was gonna ask, how's the Magma Raptor coming along?
It's the line art is done, but at this point, I don't think I'll be able to finish it because I don't think I'll be able to finish it tomorrow. I gotta get stuff ready.
Oh, I mean, no worries. I was just asking because it's been like a few days since we last talked about it.
Yeah. It's probably gonna end up after a combat. which hopefully is going to be day 8.
Do you just draw, like, are you planning to draw the lava on the body?
That
Like,
is an
one?
interesting question. Yes and
Yeah.
no. So I did draw some, um, you know that effect when it's like there's a bubble of air. What this is wrong. There's an air bubble, and like it creates this sort of uh, torn apart effect in the lava.
Yeah.
Yeah, I added those things kind of a texture, but I am thinking about how I can render that with value, because the most complicated part is not the design of this, is like how do I render the fact that it's made of lava. So I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna have to try a few things. This
Uh, a
which might
pot
take a bit.
a possible option could be that rather than making it purely magma, you could make it like a lava flow kind of effect, where it's like there's bits of rocks on the body, and so the magma is sort of intertwined between them. I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever works for you.
Yeah, I also thought about that. I will see what works. Because oops, that's uh, because I do like the idea that it's made of lava, but it's also very complicated to do. So we'll see. If it gets stuck, I'll just add some rocks and make it kind of melting rocks melting into lava. So something like that. This goes here. See, it's over here, right? I have to duplicate it. Let's add some balls.
Make sure to put a star in each of the balls. Like Gohan's
Are
hat
they
in
7?
Dragon.
Oh no, there's 6.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. Maybe let's erase this first. It's fine. This is fine. So, chat, do you think we should do the wacky design challenge tomorrow instead of Saturday, since I'm going to be off? Or should we just continue this? Because probably the best we can get with this tomorrow is the final grayscale.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Fiddle and Cheese are away right now. So,
Oh, right. Oops.
but yeah, if you guys would let us know, would you rather us do the creature design challenge, or do you want to continue this tomorrow? Because tomorrow is going to be Nemo's last day.
Thank you. My last day.
Ever. Tomorrow's the final break.
Who knows? Could be, depending on how the plane goes.
That's true.
Plane trip. Hopefully not, but we will see, I guess. I'm gonna let you know if something happens. Not sure how, but we'll see.
Gmail me.
Yeah.
Email. Chase,
the
I'm on
other
this
side.
plane, and I think it might be going down. So.
Oh, there is no internet on our plane, so.
Hola, good evening. Welcome, Ali-san.
Whoa, Alex. Selection pen? On the opposite. Okay, I think it's pretty clean. It should be. Something here. I'm still gonna miss something even if I do this. It doesn't really matter that much. But I want to be precise. I know that the staff, the Grand Blue staff, they have one person for each task. So there is one who takes care of the line art, one who does the concept, and one who colors. And I think the coloring one might also be separate from the one that does the grayscale, and I'm not sure.
Mm.
So That's why they produce so many characters and monsters. Obviously, they have a budget.
So I was going to ask, since you do all of those things, are there specific people in the industry that just focus directly on line art and don't really do much
Yeah,
else?
apparently so. Yeah, at least for Granblue. But also, I guess, well, for that's the same for comic books. You got the ones doing lettering, the ones writing the story, obviously. You got just about the art. You got the one that does pencils, then the inker, and then the
Right.
colorist. So yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, I'm just curious if like the people that do line art or like the penciling ever be like, I'd like to really do more on this, but it's not my job.
I mean, I think the pencilers have the most freedom, and it's kind of annoying when you're an inker because you only have to. Well, you can enhance it a little bit, but you cannot add stuff, right?
Right.
So that's got to be a little annoying.
Because you're kind of limited by what the actual base is that they created.
Yeah, yeah. You have to make it better, basically. I know I want to get rid of this. Actually, a second. Change this art. Yeah, something like that. And maybe I should add. Let's see if I can. So something like this. This goes back, then like this. Then this goes back again, out and out. This, wait. So this goes out, then it goes in, and then it goes out a bit, and then it goes in and out again, and then it goes in, out. This is just a stupid trick, obviously, to make it look more three-dimensional. Probably goes like this, and then this. Okay. And that last one. Okay. Yeah, it helps a little bit. I'm not going to fix the line anymore. I mean, the fill anymore. It doesn't matter. Invert and oh, I gotta erase the mask first. All right. Okay. So grayscale first. I'm gonna fix the amount of line we can see. It's not so. I prefer Nemo to do whatever he finds the most relaxing. I don't know. Because the creature, the wacky design challenge is pretty fun, so it is somewhat relaxing. It's not really stressful, as I don't care if it, if it gets something bad. Okay, I guess we'll decide tomorrow. Well, before the stream, obviously, but let's see.
I guess. I mean,
yeah.
I don't. You're not going to get finished with this before you have to leave, are
No.
you? Yeah, maybe let's just do the creature challenge then if you want.
All right.
If you were going to be close to finishing this, I'd say just finish it, but yeah, I think you still have to do the grayscale and then the colors and
Yeah, so tomorrow I could get the grayscale probably done. Not much more than that, I would think. So. Right, then wacky creature challenge it is.
Oh, that'd be a fun last stream before you have to go, so yeah. I'm fine with that.
Yep.
It's gonna suck if you make something good and then the entire time you're away, you're like, man, I really want to work on that.
Yeah, that would suck, but I can wait. It's still gonna be there waiting for me, so it's fine. I don't know if I want to make these things three-dimensional. The creases on the shoulder thing, or if I want them to be just colors. Um, hmm. They kind of remind me of that thing I used for the Chihuahua monster I drew for you.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Diego. Although I didn't use any reference for this. I mean, any such reference. I didn't use the costume as reference as I did back then. Let's see. Knives. Who doesn't like knives? Okay. I have to admit, this is way better than I thought it would be 2 days ago. So I will
Yeah,
not
I
be
could tell
super.
after that first stream that you weren't really feeling the design, but this is looking pretty good.
Yeah, this is okay. It's not the greatest, but I kind of like it. I think the shape design balance is a little better than that. So, or even considerably better. It is better. Probably gonna have to update this kind of thing that I do with the line art. I do honestly. Line art, the clean line art is nice. It's fine. It helps creating the area fill, but I kind of feel like it stiffens the design off a good deal. Like I prefer the way it looks when it's with the other brush, like a little more free than this. So I'm gonna have to find a way to change it. I don't know, it's like it's too much. Sometimes feels like that. Yay. Yeah. I think this looks okay. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and start with the grayscale. It's a mask option inside. Yeah. Yeah, of course. You can mask layers like this one. You can't read it because it's off screen. Let's see if I do this. It says create a layer mask for the current layer. Didn't know?
I think most like photo editing or image editing has mask options.
Yeah, I've been using it every single time. So I thought you noticed in the previous streams.
Yeah, even GIMP has mask options.
Yeah, I guess it's a pretty simple thing to do. I'm assuming. Let's get a base. And let's start with the normal grayscale. Like the actual shadows. So I might have to make a closed version of this, but we'll see.
GIMP actually, for being free software, does have quite a few capabilities. Like, you can take layers and make layer groups and then modify the layer groups even with masks and things like that. So it's very much similar to how in Photoshop you can have like smart objects, that kind of thing, that update in real time. Oh god, I am young and feel like an ancient creature because when I used Psy, it didn't have the option for masks.
There's something strange in the way the pen responds to movement. It's like it's way slower. That is weird. Oh. I'm just gonna copy it to the same. No, it's gonna be too annoying to do. I'm just gonna drop. Cool, something like this. I'm gonna make these reflective, so obviously they have to. They're not gonna follow the form principle because they have some reflections that are gonna be the what causes the shadow, the value change, basically.
Anyone want an air siren shipped to them? No, I've got plenty of sirens going off all the time.
An air siren?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I don't like the sound, so.
Got a 3-year-old air siren. Oh, okay, so not a literal air siren. A child
Okay.
that sounds like an air siren.
Yeah, I've got 2 of those, so no thanks. Probably not. One who is actually 3 years old. I think I lost some hearing because of that, actually, jokes apart. I didn't think this was possible, but last time I checked my hearing, I had lost some, and I think it's because of that.
Yeah, children whining will in fact do that.
It's not just whining. it's a catastrophic sound that it's like the end of the world and it never stops. It's right in your ear sometimes, so I am surprised such small creatures can produce such a disturbing loud noise. And yet it is true.
Well, they've got to. That's how they survive.
Depends. I guess if you're out in the wild, it's probably not a good idea to do that. I always thought, like, what if you're out in the wild and there are predators around and your child cries? That's not very evolution friendly, I guess.
Well, I mean, it kind of is because it lets you know that they're in danger. So they're crying for their parent to protect them. But also, if they are crying, a predator actually might be dissuaded from going near them.
Really?
Because if they are crying, that probably means that you're nearby and they don't want to deal with the parent. So,
Well, it depends on the predator, I guess.
I have to go. Have a beautiful day, or how we say in
Right.
Spanish, ten un hermoso dia. Okay, have a good day.
Oh yeah, you as well.
Throw them into a bush. Unfortunately, there have been instances of that.
Jesus.
Or, if you decide you don't want your baby anymore and you throw them in the garbage dump or something.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I know it happens though.
Chase, will you get AI kids, or how is that going to work out? Well, she did say that she wants kids, so.
All right. It's 6:28 already. Hey, later than I thought it would be. Okay. Well, I guess that's the best I can get then. Okay. We're gonna stop here, and tomorrow, as we decided, we're gonna have the wacky design challenge. And the cheese didn't come back, so curse you, cheese.
Screw you, Chase.
So this one is gonna come back. I guess. Well, let's see, October 10th, probably. So until tomorrow with the challenge, you guys have a good day or evening or night, and